In this video, I am going to be showing you how to create a pie chart in Power BI. I'll be showing you how to create a pie chart in Power BI. But I do have a question. I do like to know, what would be your reason for joining in on this video right now, today? Is it because you're interested in knowing how to create a pie chart? Are you looking to learn how to create different visualizations using Power BI? Or are you simply interested in Power BI in general, and you're just trying to see what it really takes in order to build out a Power BI visualization? I am not going to try and oversimplify creating the visuals or creating this particular visual, because I've been doing this for quite some time. So what I don't want to do is make it seem that it's super, super simple and that even a baby can do it. I've done that before, and I'm kind of like, maybe it's really not that simple, because I did spend some time. But just leave me a comment. Let me know why you're here. Let me know what's going on. Let me know where you are in your stage of your career. If you're already in tech, you're already in business analyst, or you're already working as a business analyst, data scientist, or you're looking to pivot careers. Very, very curious to know what you are. I'm curious to know who you are. Now, with that said, I also have right here, a QR code right here. If you don't mind, join my community. Simply scan the QR code, input your email address, and voila, you're a member of the community. Typically, in the past, what I have been doing is holding webinars every Thursday, 7:30 o'clock. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We are about to make some adjustments there. We're going to make some adjustments because we've been having some time conflicts, and either with me or with other members of the community, and I definitely want to make sure that everyone is able to participate, or at least the majority is able to participate as best as possible. So what I am going to do within the community is we're still going to meet on Thursdays, but we're going to meet at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to meet at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, but rather than going for an hour and a half, we're only going to go for 1 hour. We're going to go 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think that is a time period in which the majority did say, or the overwhelming majority did say, that was a good time. Now, in addition to, we're going to kind of change up the webinar itself. We're gonna give the meeting a name. We don't really have a name yet, so you join the next meeting and the next webinar. You join the next webinar on Thursday at 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and you'll be able to provide some insight as to what that name, or have some insight into what that name will be as well. But we're gonna name our community, and we're gonna name our meeting. It's only fair. Now, where I'm going with that is, it's not going to be, we're going to move away from the webinar structure, and we're going to move into a meeting structure. We're going to a get together structure where we'll have a topic every Thursday. Instead of going over the actual Power BI presentation, we'll be actually having a topic every Thursday in regards to Power BI. It could be how to create measures and DAX, and it could be creating a particular visual. And it could be talking about jobs. It could be talking about whatever it is involving Power BI. We'll have a topic, and that topic again will be released just as it is on Sundays. Well, I'm not gonna say on Sundays, but it's gonna be, that topic will be released prior to that meeting that we're going to be having on Thursdays. And again, it's only going to be for an hour, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to do that, one, to be mindful and respectful of one's time, and in addition to being able to get some hard banging information out to you guys, so that you'll be able to go out there into the workforce and be fully equipped. But where I was going with that is, I think I told you, I've got the QR code. Scan the QR code, join the community, and you'll have access to the community. What does that mean? The information that you'll be receiving from the community will be coming from the weekly newsletter, which is a free weekly newsletter. The meeting every week, which will be an hour meeting, will only be that will be free as well. You'll have access to the free workbook that we have for our Power BI students that we present that we give away during our webinars in our Power BI presentations. Now, with that said, we're going to jump right on over here into our Power BI report that we are creating here. Basically, what we're doing here is we are simply creating a Power BI report that was not even a Power BI report. It's basically just a visual. And this particular visual creation is actually what I am going to be using as the new visual that will be created in our pie chart module within the course. So you are lucky because you are the first one to see it, and then it will be uploaded to our module for our course. And if you've got access, or if you're in the course, if you're in the Power of the BI course, of course you will have access to all of the data sets that are involved within creating the pie chart. Here we are going to be creating a pie chart, and it's going to be relatively simple. And well, again, I don't like to use the term simple because for me it could be simple, for you it could be challenging, or it could be something that you may not find to be simple. But anyway, we're going to move right into here. We're going to create the Power BI. We're going to create the pie chart in Power BI. What we're going to do first is, now we're over in the data view, and basically what we're doing is we're doing what I like to call data soup. We want to see what are the tables that we have in this particular report. In this particular report, what are the tables within this data set? What are the columns within the tables? So here we're looking at DIM customer. We see we have the customer key, the customer ID, segment, loyalty tier, join date, age band, and gender. Those are all the columns in the DIM customer. Then we're going to come down, and in this table we see we have our DIM date, and we've got the day name, the month name. And I am going to come over to my view because that view is a little smaller here on the screen. But we're going through the DIM date, and as we go through DIM date, we're just checking to see what are the particular columns in the DIM date table. Then we have here, we are looking at DIM product. And of course, DIM is just short for dimension. And of course, in Power BI, we have two basic types of tables that we work with: dimension tables and fact tables. Of course, the fact tables are the tables that we are able to aggregate. They have numbers in them. We can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. The dimension tables are tables that give descriptions of what's going on, or of the objects that are in the table. So here we have the DIM promotions table. And basically what we're doing is, one, we're going through and we are analyzing the different tables we have. We're analyzing the columns that are in the tables, which allows us to analyze the data types that are in each one of the columns. Now, the primary reason for this, what we want to do first is we want to see what is going to be, or what is probably going to be, a good table for us to use for creating a pie chart. Every table is not going to be the best table to use for a pie chart. Now, I'm not going to say that you can't create a pie chart with every table. I'm going to say that what we're trying to do is we're trying to analyze and see what is the best table that has the columns that will best reflect the information that we will want to show in the pie chart. So now we are in the fact inventory snapshot, and basically we are doing just what the table says. It's the inventory snapshot. So this could be a good table, given that we've got several measures or several numerical items that we could use to find percentages within an element of a pie chart. Is it the best one? I think I found one that I like a little bit more, but let's just go down. Let's check out the fact sales table again, which is the table that has all the sales of the items that are in this particular table. This is a pretty good table as well, but personally, I think that the best table to use, I'm not gonna say the easiest, I'm not gonna say the simplest, but that could be what I could be referring to, is the dim customer table. I like the dim customer table because the dim customer table has a couple of columns that I really like. It's got the age band, right, to where we can see the age of the customers from 45 to 54, from 55 plus, 35 to 44. We've got gender, whether it be male, female, or undefined. Undefined could be other, it could be several things, but if you're not male, if you're not female in this particular column of this table, it's considering it to be either unidentified or undefined. Now, that where we were then was over in the data view, and in the data view, we get we pretty much get to analyze the data that's in the tables, in the columns. Now over here we are in the report view. Now what we're doing here is I just went down, of course, you know, that second, looks like that was the third row where the pie chart was located. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in several pie charts, and the reason why I'm going to bring in several pie charts is because we are going to be able to look at the pie chart from several different columns. So what I want to do first is I'm going to bring in several pie charts. Now, if you've been with me before, and you've probably even been with me on creating Power BI reports, you will see that basically all I'm doing here is creating a Power BI report. But in this particular report, this report is nothing but pie charts. It's going to be all pie charts. Reason being is because today's topic is what? We're talking about pie charts. So what I want to do is I am just bringing all of these pie charts in. I'm going to highlight all of them because I want to move them at the same time. Otherwise, I would have to move each one pie chart at a time. But if I highlight all of the pie charts, then I will be able to move all the pie charts at the same time. But again, as I said, all we're really doing is creating a Power BI report. All we're really doing is creating a Power BI report. But in this report, the only visualization we're using is the pie chart. Now, what we are looking at here in this pie chart is the age band. And remember, the age band of the pie chart is simply what is the range? What is the range? Age range or age band? It's the same thing. What is the age band of our customers? And our customers age from 55 plus. We've got a segment that are 55 plus, a segment that's 45 to 54, 35 to 44, 18 to 24, and 25 to 34. And each one of those segments are shown in our pie chart. Our 55 plus is with the sky blue, the 45 to 54 is in our purple, 35 to 44 is our orange, 18 to 24 looks like a darker purple, and 25 to 34 is a pink color. Now, in this second pie chart, what we are doing is we are looking at customer ID. Now, when we look at customer ID, every customer every customer that we've ever had is going to have an ID. That's why there are so many colors within the customer ID section, which is, you know, more than probably what we really want to see within a Power BI, within a pie chart. But we'll get back to this one a little later because we can work some magic with it. The third pie chart that we're using is the gender. So we've got a count by gender. So of course we had male, female, and unidentified. Male, female, and unidentified. The male is the sky blue, the female is in the orange, and the unidentified is in the royal blue. Now, of course, typically we're not going to, the colors, the different segments may not be as closely related, being percentage-wise. The males at 30%, males at 35%, female is at 30%, and unidentified is at 34%. Typically, it's not going to be that close, but that's okay. Now, the next pie chart we've created is the count of the loyalty tier. And the loyalty tiers that we have for our particular company in this particular report is the loyalty tier is silver, platinum, gold, bronze, and then some that are none. Then we have our last pie chart, which is the count of segments. So we've got a count of segments, and our segments are core, value, and premium. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of rearrange the pie charts just a little bit differently. It's really not going to make that big of a difference because all of the visuals are pie charts. But what I really want to do is kind of isolate that the customer ID, because we're going to be able to do some things with the customer ID, and we could probably do it with all of the segments of the pie chart. But the reason why I really like the ability to do this with the customer ID is because there are so many IDs that are associated. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter customer ID so that we're not looking at, let's just say we've got 500 customer IDs, or it could be 5 million customer IDs. What we're going to do, and basically customer IDs is just the number of customers because every customer has an ID. What we're going to do is we're going to do some basic filtering. We're going to do a top 10 filtering. And what we are going to do is reduce, let's see, if we do top 5, what if we do top 5? We do top 5 and we do it by customer ID. We are going to see, now we can see the top 5 customers as opposed to looking at a pie chart with all the customers, and it looks more in line to all of the other pie visuals that we have as well. We could keep it here at top 5, or we can change this top 5 to top 10, which is going to not just show the top 5 customers. We're going to look at the top 10 customers, and you know, so given that we've got so many customers, top 10 is not bad. If we look at the top 20, it gets a little confusing now. Top 20 is probably as much as we want to see, but it's probably more than we want to see. Let's try top 12. We get top 12 and we reduced it just a little bit. It's not as low as top 10, but it gives us some idea of what each one of the percentage of each one of those customers in the pie chart. Now, that is all I have for the pie chart. For those that are in the class, you've got access to the data sets to build out your pie chart visualizations, to build out your pie chart report. For those of you that are not in the class, that's okay. We have a separate data set available to the community. You will be able to download that data set from the weekly newsletter to use to build out your Power BI report as well. Now, again, if you haven't already, don't forget to scan the QR code, follow the link, put in your email address, and we welcome you into our community. We welcome into seeing you every Thursday from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. If you have anything that you'd like to say, leave me a comment. And please note, if you're interested in creating a Power BI setup, I've pinned in the comments two different Power BI setups. I've pinned in the comments 2 different Power BI setups. One is going to give you a very basic setup, including laptop and second monitor. Now, the reason why I include the second monitor is because it's really kind of tough to do Power BI with just 1 monitor. You can, but I suggest having 2 monitors. But I've pinned in the comments a basic setup for you to look at for your laptop, for your second monitor, for the cable that's going to attach your monitor, and everything that you're going to need for creating a Power BI setup in your home. I've also included a second setup, which is not necessarily a premium setup, but it's an economical setup, but it's a little bit, the equipment is slightly higher than the equipment in the basic setup. But just go through that if you're interested in seeing what it takes to have a Power BI office setup in your home. To be totally transparent with you, I do have an affiliation with Amazon, and I found these products on Amazon. But I do have an affiliation with Amazon, and I do get paid on qualified merchandise. Just giving you that heads up. But neither that nor that's neither said. You don't have to get this information, get these products from here. I'm just letting you know the easy source that I've already created for you in order to go out there and access it. With that said, that has been our video on pie charts. Thank you for joining in, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.